At some point later today, we are actually expecting the Senate to vote on a same-sex marriage bill. They have already broken an attempted filibuster. I shouldn't even mention that. Literally everything in the Senate is automatically filibustered. But in this case, 12 Republicans actually sided with Democrats for the Respect for Marriage Act, which is going to protect both same-sex and interracial marriages. It's expected to pass at some point later on today. And Senator Tammy Baldwin, a Democrat of Wisconsin, who wrote the bill, revised it recently to get those GOP votes by adding language clarifying that religious organizations will not be required to perform same-sex marriages, and making clear that the federal government isn't required to protect polygamous marriages, because these are supposedly things that the Republicans had issues with it. It also, by the way, does not require states to perform these marriages, just to recognize marriages that have already happened. So it is something. It's the most federal recognition of these unions, and it has received much more support from Republicans than past attempts. But it only goes so far. It ain't that strong, really. But Conscious, what do you think?
I think that it's exposing the double speak that our Constitution has about life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, and the separation of church and state. I think that the caveat in that policy, just being able to acknowledge what religious people have to do and not have to do, to me, it shows that there is a lot of hypocrisy when it comes to the separation of church and state, and a lot of so-called constitutionalists trying to uphold the values of the Constitution. I think that the idea of federalists being the distinction between state and federal government, and making it where states don't have to recognize unions that are people practicing their life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. To me, it just seems like unconstitutional and unpatriotic. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, if all lives matter, does that not extend to marriage and love when it comes to people of the LGBT community, specifically gay individuals? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. I just want to focus on one more comment from someone, a Republican, who is supporting this bill. So that's a good sign. They supported the bill. But Mitt Romney had this to say. Mitt is actually supporting him. While I believe in traditional marriage, a Bergefell past court decision, which helped to legalize it, is and has been the law of the land upon which LGBTQ individuals have relied. And I don't know if I'm being petty or pedantic or whatever, but can you stop talking about traditional marriage, honestly? Like, especially if you have decided that you're going to catch up to modernity and be okay with the marriages. If you already made that leap, can you stop talking about traditional marriage when all you mean is straight marriages? You don't mean traditional marriage, because if we really want to talk about what marriages have traditionally been like, sort of the social and legal context of those marriages, it had a lot more than just two straight people marrying that was wrapped up in that. And so continuing this absolute BS term that is just used to exclude when you've already decided that you're going to vote inclusively, just shed that, kill that last part, and just catch up to where the rest of us are. I'm probably being petty, Conscious. I apologize. I'm just sick of hearing that term.
Hey, this your fault. You the one started us being petty. So since we being petty, I would say that Mitt, you feel me, committed a Christian supremacist dog whistle. And what him and Ted Cruz love to do, have embedded backtracking when they know they might have pissed their base off and they gotta kiss the ring. You see what I'm saying? I got a video today that's dropping on the breakdown about how Ted Cruz kissed the ring. And we see, I feel like Mitt Romney right there, I think that's what he was doing. He recognized that what he was saying was too much in the step of the right direction.
Yeah,
it's off his base. So he wanted to evoke the traditional values while being able to say that we should also account for this type of marriage. You see how he did that?
I like that. Everybody definitely, if you aren't already subscribed to the breakdown, head over there so you'll see Conscious video. Past videos are already up there. There's a number of great contributors. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.